Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. So this is the video that I want to take some time to, I guess in some sense, explain who I am, what happened to me, and kind of what I'm going through. But first and foremost, thank you. Thank you to everybody who has reached out, who has helped me in such a short amount of time. I know that I really didn't go too much into what everything, how and what everything is going on with me. But for the ones who helped, I thank you. Words can't describe how overwhelmed I am by the love and the support so quickly. So thank you. You guys are incredible. So to the renegades, I appreciate each and every one of you, even if it's just a message, because those things do help, whether you believe it or not. Just knowing that somebody else is, taking time out of their day to, wish you well. It's amazing. It really is. I don't consider myself part of the renegades quite yet. It's something I'm working my ass off to get to. Trust me. But Ren is something. He is something out of this world. He is a once in a lifetime artist. Not only an artist, but a once in a lifetime human being. And I respect him for what he has done and what he has gone through and is going through. His battle will never be, as far as I'm aware, I don't think his battle will ever be, I wouldn't say won, but over. I don't think the battle will ever be over. Just like myself and millions of other people out there. So this is also a little video about me, who I am. First and foremost, my first name is RJ. I go by RJ. I would say, well, it's been 5 years now, almost 5 years. I was first diagnosed with Crohn's disease in the upper intestinal area. At first, I thought I was literally going to die because of all the pain, the extreme weight loss, the nausea, and there was times, I'm not gonna lie, where I thought about this is it. I can't take it. I don't want to go through this. When I was in the hospital bed I was in the hospital for about 5 days, and of course at first, one of the doctor's receptionists came in and told me I had something called, which is C. diff. Never trust a doctor's sidekick or their, buddy, because they don't know what they're talking about. C. diff is a highly contagious disease. So at that time, that anybody that came and visited me, they had to put on a full hazmat suit because C. diff is that contagious. Well, it ended up not being C. diff. It ended up being Crohn's disease. So it was, I went through the whole mental cycle of the why me, poor me, probably for a good couple weeks. I would say about 2 to 3 weeks of just being depressed, miserable, being in constant just pain, no relief. So my first actual visit after being released from the hospital with my GI doctor, she alone had been one of the most positive, and still is to this day, positive reinforcements in my recovery. My GI doctor, she told me it's not if, it's when we're going to beat it. Yeah, meaning, get into remission. And ever since that day, it was like a light switched, and everything just started working. And it was great. Everything worked out so well. It started happening. I started feeling better. I started working out. I started taking care of myself. I started focusing on the positive things in life. I started focusing more with my son. That was one of the other toughest parts was at the time when I was going through it, I wasn't able to attend some of my son's activities. And boy, I tell you what, when you're a parent and you want to go see, you want to be with your child and you can't, death sounded better. It really did. I won't lie that there were times where I thought I can't do it anymore. But I thought about my son, and yeah, it's it's crazy how things kind of work out that way. So I was in remission. I was in remission for about 3 years. Unfortunately, I had fallen out of remission. And it was due to nothing that I did wrong, nothing that anybody else did wrong. I don't want to place blame, but insurance. It's crazy how it works. There was really nothing I could do about it. So I left my previous job, by the way, which had shitty insurance, but I went to another job which had better insurance. However, when I had switched jobs, I had to wait a certain amount of time before insurance at my new job would kick in. Well, that wait was way too long, and I ran out of medication that I was on. And that's exactly what happened. I couldn't afford the medication out of pocket. So what had happened, I fell out of remission, and the Crohn's had traveled from the upper intestines down to the lower intestines, causing everything to come back. And this is where I've been for the last couple years. There are days I feel great. There are days I feel good. But there are also days where the pain is so intense that I can't move. I don't want to move. I fucking hate everything. And I'll be honest. I'm going to be completely honest. It's just the stress of it all is probably the worst. That's another huge factor of this disease is if you're stressed, your stomach is going to react to it, and it's going to cause you to be sick. And if you're sick, you're stressed. If you're stressed, you're sick. It's this revolving cycle, and it's tough. And I also have been through so many different types of medication, and luckily, and I mean luckily, not only you guys, but everybody out there was finally able to help, because I didn't know how to ask for help, and I was afraid to ask for help. And somebody told me just to ask, and to me, I'm a very prideful person, and I tend to, or try to, keep things to myself as much as possible. But I didn't know where else to turn to. And the YouTube community, so many great people. There are so many great people that have subscribed and who actually care, and was actually able to help me raise enough to be able to afford the correct medication, which is called Skyrizi. It's a self-injection medication. Of course, being out of work for, I think I'm working, this is about 6+ months now. I was finally able to go back to work and finally get the medication that I needed. So without you guys, I don't know what I would have done, because I'm not able to work, or wasn't able to work at that time. So that's kind of my backstory. And this is only going to make me stronger. This is only going to make me better. And I've learned how to adapt to everything. I've learned how to adjust versus it controlling me at all times. So don't worry, I'm not going nowhere. This channel will be flooded with Ren reactions, not just for you guys, but for me as well, because Ren, he is speaking some things that I can sort of relate to. Now, granted, I have not even been slightly in a position to where he has been. Ren has been through far more than I could ever imagine. And for him to be able to break that in some sense, and I wouldn't say beat it, but control it, gives not only myself, but others with certain things going on in their life, hope. And goddamn it, that's exactly what I need, is hope. That there's something something better waiting. And I will admit, like, during the time that I've been off, when I had been out of work, I've had my fair share of just times where I sit there and think to myself, what's happening. I had my first, I guess you would call it, mental breakdown. I'd never experienced it before. And it was scary, because anxiety crept in and it became a guest. And it became a frequent guest. It was tough. It was so tough. And luckily I was led to somebody who actually lives here in the same city I do, who is the same age. I think we're about 2 or 3 days apart age-wise. And we both struggled with Crohn's disease. But the more significant part of his situation is that he's had 7+ surgeries and has had a large portion of his lower intestines removed. I ain't doing that. I'm sorry. I can't do that. I refuse to do that. So, but he was the one that helped me snap out of the mental, because he said, he told me he went through his own mental, and he kind of told me how he managed it. Not beat it, but manage it. Because I think with the mental, it's a little bit different. I guess everybody's situation is different. But that person really did help me through, and I'm glad I was able to talk to him. And throughout the time on YouTube being a reactor, I've been a reactor for well over a year now. I wouldn't change this for the world. I think music is therapy to me. And being able to be led to incredible artists, not only Ren, but just all these different great bands and groups. I don't take this for granted one bit. I really don't, because I wouldn't be who I am without you guys. So with that said, that's pretty much me. In a nutshell, and kind of what's happening with my situation. As of right now, I am back to work. I am feeling better. I still have a couple more injections to go for the medication, and don't get me started on the the insurance side of this country, because that's a tough one. I don't. Yeah, let's not get me started on this. Anyways, again, this is also a huge thank you video to everyone who has helped out and who has taken their time to, send me a message, telling me to get better, telling me to get well. I remember those kind of things. I really do. And I also want to let you guys know, if at any time you would like to reach out, my email will always be in the descriptions of the video. And if you need to talk to somebody, please, I'm open. I'm available. I love interacting with people. I love going, like talking about everything and anything. So feel free, please. If you need somebody to talk to, I'm here. And I think it's nice to know that somebody will be there for you. Maybe I don't know what you're going through. I want to understand it. It's incredible. Everybody has their own demons that they deal with on a daily basis. But sometimes all it could take is somebody listening. Somebody, telling you how they took care of their problems. Now, it could be a total different, situation that you're going through from what I'm going through. But I want to understand it. I'm not going to know exactly what you're going through if you have something completely different. But it doesn't mean I can't understand it a little bit and give you give you my insight on how I kind of managed it. So anyways, again, to all the renegades, God, I love you guys already. It's going to take me time to become part of the renegades. I think that's only fair. I have to earn my spot. I look at it that way, but it's certainly a family I want to be a part of. There's no question. It's incredible the way you guys came in without question, without hesitation, and opened your lives to me. I just opened everything to me, and it's it truly is amazing. And I just want to be able to do the same for somebody else. So yeah, okay. So thank you guys so very much. Not only to the renegades, but everybody else out there who's reached out and helped. I'm going to be doing this for a long time. I'm going to be reacting for a long time. I'm not going nowhere. This is just the beginning. And I'm looking forward to many, 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 many more years ahead. Because music is my therapy. So with that said, thank you guys so much. And like I said, if you have any questions, and if you would like to reach out, please don't hesitate. My email is always down below, and I'm always available. So, with that said, thank you guys so much for watching, and I apologize for this video being so long, but now you know a little bit more about me and who I am. So, till the next reactions, you guys take care of yourselves first. That's the first, most important thing. You first. And I will see you guys very soon. All right, guys, take care.